Hi, I'm Allie.
And I'm Becky.
We are registered dietitians that are passionate about functional approaches to whole body health.
In this video, we are going to be talking about the switch witch technique for Halloween. This is a way that we can ensure that our children are still enjoying the magic and the wonder of this holiday without the inflammatory processed candy.
Yes, Halloween can be such a fun time for the whole household with pumpkin patches and costumes and spider webs and all sorts of different knickknacks and trinkets that come to life during the holiday season. But we want to make sure that in our household, we maintain still the integrity of a whole foods diet and consistency in our parenting of eating whole, real foods. The holidays are not a time to create confusion in your household or with your child to bend the rules, allowing things like food colorants or partially hydrogenated oils, inflammatory preservatives, or neurologically disturbing chemical additives.
Yes, I think once you open that door and let something slide for one holiday, it's like, okay, what's the treat at the next classroom party, at the soccer game, when we're at the birthday party or something like that. And lucky for us, a lot more moms are starting to kind of come around to this way of eating and really going against those cultural norms. Chances are you're not the only one.
Yes, many mamas are now becoming more and more aware of the impact of their children's diet on mental and metabolic health. So one technique to begin with is to keep food and treats in the classroom and parties not the center of attention, and trying to do more activities or games, advocating in your school for Valentine's Day or Halloween exchanges to do trinkets like bouncy balls, plastic spider rings, and all sorts of those little fidget toys that kids are really into these days. If you don't want to accumulate a bunch of crap, which I hear you there as well, we can also come up with interactive, experiential elements for the holidays. For instance, last year for Stella's Halloween classroom party, I carved out 5 different pumpkins and I did different foods that were creepy foods for them to use as a tactile experience.
So fun. I love it. And I think there are ways that we can use food in celebration, whether we're in our own household, like we plan to make some Halloween gelatin jigglers together and some peanut butter cups using real chocolate and peanut butter. But let's talk, before we go into Switch Witch, about some other kind of food treat replacements.
Yes, I think it's a great technique to also arm your child and or your household to have something that's food as medicine focused at all holidays. This is a great way to passively share and inspire others to use anti-inflammatory approaches to eating. And it's a great way to ensure that you still get to indulge and have something unique during a specific holiday. So for Valentine's Day, we might do something like chocolate dipped strawberries. For any holiday, we can do our gluten-free almond flour based cutout cookies, which I'll link that video here. So you can do pumpkins or ghosts for Halloween. You can do hearts for Valentine's Day. Of course, a whole array of different holiday options for December there. You can also incorporate bright, vibrant colors like beet hummus for Valentine's Day. For Halloween, beyond those jigglers, we can also do creepy foods. Like this year, we're going to do these bloody thumbs that we put on the blog a couple years ago using a grass-fed sausage as the base. And that's something personally as a mother that I always prioritize when contributing to a classroom party is protein, because all too often the children are overfed with refined carbohydrates and processed sweets, and they need that protein to ground and mellow them out. So I've been known to bring a charcuterie, if you will, or a charcuterie tray that I did in the form of a Christmas tree. I'm going to do these bloody thumbs this year, and I'm always bringing meats, cheeses, and other protein sources to help to keep them balancing their blood sugar.
So for any holiday needs, you can head over to our blog at naturallynourishedrd.com/blog. We'll link it here in today's episode notes, and you can search by holiday or you can search by ingredient or type of recipe, and we've got it all from Stella's first birthday cake is on there to the cutout cookies that we've referenced and so much more.
Yes, And as you're thinking about, wow, this seems like a big change for my household, or this is gonna be a tough conversation with my child, we'll show you in a little bit how I navigate this with my 7-year-old Stella, and even a little snippet of her navigating the Switch Witch at age 3. But if you're looking to learn more about making food as medicine a foundation for your household, stay tuned through the end of this video where we'll give you exclusive savings on our Food as Medicine for the Whole Family program. This is loaded with everything you need to make sure that your household is using food as medicine daily and feeling empowered versus overwhelmed or burdened by the daily decisions.
So we haven't done this yet because Noah was only 2 last year at Halloween and Mabel was like 6 weeks old. So I just kind of swapped out our candy for like 2 or 3, approved options and threw away the rest, and he didn't say a word about it. It was more the novelty of going around dressing up in costume. But this year we're going to do it for the first time. So I want you to tell me and tell our listeners how this works.
Yes, so ideally prior to the Switch Witch, you've been having conversations with your toddler about what is a whole real food and what is a processed food. This is really gonna come in handy when you're navigating the grocery store and trying to take the Paw Patrol gummies out of their hands, or the frozen Elsa and Anna and Olaf treats, and explaining to them by flipping over the label, reading the words, and talking about what a whole food is in the first place. Does it have ingredients that are still intact? And are they whole food ingredients that you can imagine growing? We want to stick as close to that as possible. And so however you can communicate what a processed food is with your child, this is an important entry point. So the Switch Witch is a friendly witch that lives on Halloween Lane with her goblin and ghouls. And when you give the Switch Witch your processed candy, the Switch Witch gives you an actual toy or treat in exchange. So when you go to bed on Halloween night or after trick-or-treating, you put all of the candy that is not made for humans to eat in the first place, processed products, not real food, out for those silly goblins and ghouls so they can gobble it up and exchange it for a toy. We've used things like a Lego set, or one year Stella got a Trolls rock guitar, usually something around $20 to $35 that is a novel item. Maybe you even take your child to the store while explaining the Switch Witch the week prior to Halloween to select that toy. That's more of my approach. I don't like to provoke a lot of fantasy and make-believe. In fact, as Stella turned 5, we actually shifted it to a banking buyback system. And at age 7, we might need to even turn up the heat a little more. What we did last year in 1st grade, she sorted her small, medium, and large candy. And then we did a bank buyback of a nickel, a dime, or a quarter based on the size of the bar. It became a mathematic game, and it creates the incentive when she's trick-or-treating to still have that adrenaline surge of getting to as many houses as you can, and then you still get monetization or exchange for that. You don't put trash in your body, and you get to then use your money and autonomy to purchase something that's more meaningful and that will last.
Okay, so that conversation is really going to evolve over time, going from make-believe with, the 3 and 4-year-old to using counting and kind of this trading buyback system with the 5 and 6. Now that Stella's 7, you might even have to up the ante a little bit. Check out this cute video of Miss Stella explaining the Switch Witch at age 3, and then let's bring her on to answer some questions about the Switch Witch.
Happy Halloween.
What's gonna happen? When we sleep, we put
Then you put it on the stairs, then when we sleep, the Switch Witch will share your candy.
Is that an upgrade?
It's a chocolate. From a chocolate bar.
A chocolate bar from Hugh, right? A Hugh bar. H-U. Delicious. What do we have down here? All these things.
A chocolate.
All of Stella's Halloween treats, and we're separating out the things that we're gonna hold for the Switch Witch. And we had a piece of who, so we can have a little indulgence. How does the Switch Witch work, Stella?
So The Switch Witch works that first, once you get home, before you go to bed, you make a pile of all the candy and little trinkets that you can have, and all the little candy and trinkets that you can't have in another pile.
And the stuff that you can't have, you could put like at the bottom of the stairs or outside of your bedroom.
You make a whole pile. The Switch Witch doesn't care whether you put it anywhere.
Okay, and what does the Switch Witch do while you're sleeping?
She takes that candy and she trades it for a toy. That's why it's called the Switch Witch, because she's switching candy for a toy. One time I got a rock guitar from her.
Yeah, I told our friends about that Trolls guitar.
Really?
And what's super cool about the Switch Witch is whatever you receive in exchange for that candy that might not be best for your belly or for your body or for your brain, what you get from the Switch Witch is something that lasts forever, whereas candy just lasts for like a couple seconds, right?
Until you eat, of course.
Right. And I told friends about those creepy pumpkins that we did with all the different foods inside of them last year, your class.
Oh, you mean the brain thing? With actually just made out of cauliflower.
And what are you gonna be?
Tricked all my classmates.
Yeah, that was the brain. What are you gonna be for Halloween this year?
A witch.
A witch. How cool. You wanna look at the camera and wish happy Halloween to all the friends? Happy Halloween, friends.
Happy Halloween.
We hope that you enjoyed today's video and that you consider doing the Switch Witch or a candy buyback. It's something you can discuss with friends, family, and again, strength in numbers comes with food as medicine. It's our job as parents to nourish these kiddos for balanced brains and bodies, and it all starts with whole, real foods. Thanks for hanging out through the whole video. As promised, we have a special savings for you. When you use the code below, you can save $100 on our Food as Medicine for the Whole Family program. This includes a deep dive into how to nourish your family of all age ranges, from baby-led weaning and savory starts, all the way through keeping healthy hip with your teens and adolescents. And we even dig into carbs, protein, and fat, understanding what forms and what amounts of each of these macronutrients are required for each household member. We do a pantry walkthrough, teach you how to navigate the grocery store, and then guided conversations with your children to teach them to be a taste adventurer, to be open to savory vegetables and proteins, and to be mindful of those no naked carbs and keeping blood sugar in check. We hope that you'll check out this program and it serves as a valuable tool for your household for optimal wellness. The way we use the Switch Witch is we talk about a kind witch that lives in Halloween Town with goblins. Okay, hold on, let me get my okay.